In this motion, we will investigate the deep front line, which connects your body from your arches to your tongue, through your rib cage and diaphragm, so as pelvic floor, etc., etc. We're going to begin by thinking of the legs as a perfect isosceles triangle. If you remember geometry, isosceles means two equal sides. And if you are centered, your posture is centered, then you should have two equal length legs, and you should be, your pubic bone should be in the center of your two equal legs. So if you visualize the dots from ankle to ankle, inside of the knee, and the pubic bone, if you connect the ankle dots at the bottom, you would have a triangle. And chances are your triangle isn't perfectly centered because most of us aren't. We're probably shifted off slightly to one side. What I'd like you to feel is the center of your body. So you have to start by connecting the dots from your ankle to your knee to your pubic bone along one leg. Visualize a spider building a web along your leg. He starts at your ankle, makes a dot, and then begins to weave a web all the way to the knee, pulling the ankle dot as he goes, and this is on the inside. He makes another dot at the knee, and then he pulls that web tighter along the leg all the way to the pubic bone. As he pulls that web tight, what it should do is shift your body to your left, to form a right triangle on your left side. So if you look at my ankle, I should have a right angle at my ankle, and my pubic bone is shifted off to my left. To pull myself back to the right, I'm going to visualize that same spider building a web along the right. So from ankle dot to inside of the knee dot to inside to the pubic bone, it tightens up that web and it just shifts me over to my right. Shifting back to the left, I simply tighten the inside of the line, which shifts me to the left. There is a big difference between shifting your weight from side to side and using your inner thigh line to pull you toward that direction. So make sure you're using the inner thigh line to pull you rather than just shifting your weight. You begin with the center of your triangle or your vertex at your pubic bone, but because we know about the pelvic floor, we know the pubic bone connects to the tailbone, connects to the sacrum. So after you feel that your triangle is shifting to the right, shifting to the left, and then in the center, using your pubic bone as the vertex, you can continue the line up to the front of the sacrum, and now the vertex can be the front of the sacrum. So now you're involving your pelvic floor. So as I shift to the left and to the right, or excuse me, pull myself to the left and pull myself to the right, at this point my vertex is my sacrum, and I take that with it, with my triangle and my shifting back to the center so that you can feel you are isosceles. Once you understand that the center, your vertex is at the front of your sacrum, you can continue moving that point all the way up to the rib cage, and then as I shift my triangle, my vertex is at my rib cage, I'll take that vertex with me. So I'm going to shift to my right or pull to my right, taking my rib cage with me, and then to my left, taking my rib cage with me. So I'm just stabilizing, adding dots, stabilizing the deep front line all the way up to my neck or my throat. So continuing up the road, the next dot is simply at the sternum, and I will take my triangle to my right, take my triangle to my left, take my triangle to my center. And then you can continue up to the tongue, shifting and just stabilizing so that your whole body is working together from your arches to your tongue. And that's basically your isosceles triangle, demonstrating the deep front line.